All right, dude. Kick this off. Introduce yourself to the people. Tell them what you're all about and all that good stuff.
Well, how's it going, people? This is the second time lucky. I don't know whether you're going to tell the guys or not, but
Yeah,
we did this.
we'll quickly preface this by saying we did this before, but the man wanted a redo, so a redo is what we're going to give him.
I feel like there's more to speak about this time. So
yeah.
My name is Cameron Thomas. I'm sure you guys probably haven't heard of me. I'm by no means kind of your average social media celebrity or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just another guy. How many of us are doing this? Another guy trying to build our physique, right?
Yep, exactly.
Trying to kind of share my journey on social media, whilst kind of being as helpful to people as possible. Really,
Yep.
Obviously, there's a huge amount of knowledge on the web nowadays or on Instagram.
Yep.
And just doing my best to kind of debunk all of that myself, and then share that with the masses, really.
Migrate your way through the BS, eh?
Exactly. That's how it is, man.
That's awesome. All right, dude. Let's start off with your competition history. The people, as you said, may not know who you are. You just competed recently, but go before that. We'll get into that in a bit, but go
Sure.
Way back.
Sure. So first time I ever competed was 2015. I did my first ever bodybuilding contest, and I competed in the men's physique class, so junior men's physique.
Yep.
That would have been, so over here it's the UK BFF.
Okay.
That used to be kind of like the main federation.
Right.
That would have been back then. It would have been your route to kind of like the Ifbb.
Yeah, that's the ladder.
Yeah, but now that's changed. So back then I did that in 2015. I won that show. That was just like I guess you guys would call it like a regional or something like that.
Yeah,
like
you're regional. Yep.
Won that, and then after that, kind of, I didn't do for you guys it would have been nationals. I didn't do for us it would have been called the British finals.
Okay.
I didn't end up doing that just because I didn't really think I was going to be competitive, really.
Okay. How old were you at the time?
So I was 18 when I competed, and I think the month after I turned like 19.
Okay, yeah. So you were very young in the game still.
Pretty young, yeah. I mean, I like to think I'm still young in the game.
For sure.
But yeah, definitely back. I mean, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have even competed.
Okay.
My opinion's changed now to like when I think people should compete.
Yep.
But yeah, it's all a learning curve, isn't it? At the end of the day, you get a lot out of it, and I think it gives you a lot of context to then take away, and motivation and all that cool stuff, right?
Yeah, you learn what it's all about, right? That first show, everybody's got that first show. So whether you're 18 years old or 28 years old, right? It's still that first show.
Yeah. And it's always right, what am I going to eat after that show?
Yeah.
How much weight?
Yeah, exactly. So how was that first prep? Tell me about that prep.
That prep was pretty brutal, really. I had a coach for that prep. It was just kind of your average who looks good on Instagram, who do you kind of look up to?
Sure.
And okay, he's going to be a good coach.
Yeah.
Right, let's hire him, kind of thing. And I think everyone's made that mistake. Well, it's not even a mistake, really.
Yeah.
That's just how Instagram is.
Yeah.
Right. We see a good physique and we automatically think they're going to be a
they know what's up. Yep.
Which at the end of the day, I won the show, so he must have done something right. But yeah, the prep itself was pretty brutal, really. I mean, I followed it to a T. I wasn't really, back then I had knowledge about kind of calories, and I could calculate how much I was eating.
Yeah, the basics.
It was more of just, right, let's eat what he tells me to eat, and let's just ignore everything else.
Right.
So just tick the boxes, kind of dot my I's.
Yeah.
But food was, looking back now, I know that food was very low.
Do you remember your calories at all? Any idea?
I think must have finished easily at around like 1,200. And I wasn't eating like in terms of vegetable intake was super, super low. So I remember my meals were just like a teaspoon of coconut oil and then like a chicken breast.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't know about how to approach things in terms of like satiety and things like that. It's just I just did what was.
You do what you were told to do. Exactly.
Yeah, I just did what was on the plan. So.
Oof. Yeah, that would have been rough.
Yeah, pretty rough. I would have lost a good chunk of muscle without a doubt.
That's one thing. That's one thing people don't think about. Like at the beginning, anyways. Like now, my mindset is like, okay, how much muscle can I keep on the way down, right? Yeah. Whereas that first show, it's like I just need to get lean at all costs. But there's more. There's more to it than that, right?
Yeah, I remember on stage, it was just like I couldn't get pump.
You're just thinking about pizza.
Nothing was there. Like, my muscles were just empty, absolutely empty. I remember, like, I think I was still doing like sprints on the treadmill at like a couple of days out.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like sprints. I'm talking about.
And you're like, running on fumes. Oh my god!
Yeah, literally.
Good times.
But in retrospect, it shows you where you can actually take things mentally, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Because, like, who knows whether or not I would have been prepared for this prep 3 years later if I'd never taken it at least close to that point before. Right.
So now, fast forward, this is your second show, the one that you just did?
Mm-hmm. Second show. Second and third, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Go into that. Dive into the details. Like, I've been following you religiously, right? So I know all the ins and outs. But for the people that might not know, get into it, man.
Yeah. Well, it's very... That's a broad. Where can I start? So, 12-week prep for the first show.
Which was when?
So the first one was September the 9th
of this
year.
Which
I can't believe where the time's gone already.
Yeah, it's already almost 2 months later, eh?
It's ridiculous. It's crazy. But yeah, coach myself. So I've pretty much ran things myself now. So since that first show, I've had a stint with one coach.
Right.
So that was obviously 3 years ago.
Yep.
Everything's been on and off since then. But yeah, like I kind of went into detail with you before, 2018 was kind of the year where I said, right, I want to compete again.
Yep.
So it's the first time where I've took everything 110% kind of thing in terms of commitment. So coach myself. I have what I regard as kind of mentors in the sport or in bodybuilding.
Yep.
So some friends who are quite knowledgeable that I bounce ideas off of.
Yep. Feel it out.
Exactly. But in kind of the grand scheme of things, I coach myself. So a 12-week prep into the first show.
Yep.
For this show, obviously now, my first show, I was natural. For this show, I chose to embark down the enhanced route.
Right.
So a little bit different.
Yeah.
Well, I say a little bit. Entirely different.
Yeah.
So many other variables to consider, which kind of was my reasoning behind wanting to coach myself. I have kind of the goal to become a coach myself, so I feel like you need to put yourself through that at least once.
Yep. Yeah, you got to know what, if you're going to put somebody through it, you got to know what they were going to go through, right?
100%. And just for me, it was right. Where can how conditioned can I really get?
Yeah.
I knew I was never going to be the biggest guy simply because what I'm willing to do in terms of enhanced supplementation is a lot less than what most people will. I mean, my general approach to things is very conservative.
Yeah.
So my game was always going to be how damn lean can I get, right?
Yeah. Just get peeled.
Let's just try and get peeled, and that then kind of was my opportunity to then set the bar for the future as well.
Right.
So 12 weeks. It wasn't too bad up until, let's say, 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out. I think I was a little bit behind at that point.
Oh, okay. So you had to turn the dial up a bit.
Yeah, I had to turn the dial up a bit pretty quickly.
Right.
Pretty quickly, and then it hit me pretty bad. Which I probably should have hit it a little harder straight off the bat.
What made you go 12 weeks?
Go ahead. Sorry, go on, man.
I was just going to say, what made you do like a 12-week prep versus a little bit longer?
I think it's just because, like, I just in my head, because I did 12 weeks for the first one.
Yeah.
It's just, it was in my head that, right, 12 weeks is long enough.
Yeah, that's all I need.
12 weeks is long enough. And I think I was looking at, so I follow like Matt Jansen. Obviously, you would have heard of Matt Jansen, right?
Yep.
Like his prep for the nationals, and it's like he came down super fast. So he had a longer prep,
right?
But from where I started, so my body composition at say like 8 weeks out was kind of like his,
right?
Where he started, if that makes sense, and he came out super fast. So I don't know. I'd always rather come down quicker than go slow and then diet for like double the amount of time.
Okay, that's interesting.
But with that being said, I think I did need longer.
Yeah.
I did need longer, either longer or go push harder.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Kill yourself even more.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, first show, I was pretty happy with condition.
Yeah, you look good, man. Like, and I like how you did like so for those that don't follow you, every morning you were going through the mandatories like every single day, not just like, the Saturday morning, okay, here's my weight.
Yeah.
So it was almost like daily. It's like, okay, yep, that's tighter. Okay, that changed a bit. So that was cool. Like, kudos for you for doing that every day, because that was neat.
Yeah, no, it's I think it just allows you to look at. I think you have to. Look, when you're coaching yourself, it's like,
yeah, you're the only set of eyes.
Yeah, you are consumed by it as well. So the last thing you think about when you go to sleep at night is the prep.
How am I going to look in the morning? In the morning?
What am I gonna weigh in the morning?
Yeah.
What should I eat tomorrow?
Yeah.
And it just gave me a way to stay accountable, and not only the actual physical element of posing, which of course is going to be important.
That's what it is, right? People undervalue posing, which is interesting because that's what bodybuilding is. But like I have a few buddies who are thinking about competing in 2019. And like all they're talking about is how hard they're gonna train and like all that kind of stuff. I'm like, dudes, you need to learn how to pose. Like it's just that's what it is. Like no one cares what you bench on stage, right?
Yeah,
your chest doesn't show, you're out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like there were I beat dudes bigger than me.
Yeah, 100%.
There's only a few things that like would have been the reason for that. It's conditioning and it's presentation.
Yeah,
right?
That's it. Yeah.
So. And we see it happen all the time. Like what just happened at the O.
Yeah.
With Phil and Rogan.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. 100%.
Because let's face it, on paper, Phil Heath is a better bodybuilder.
Yeah.
But on this occasion, he didn't present his physique to the best of his ability.
Yeah,
so the smaller guy won, right?
Yeah. Just bottom line, he was better, as you said, presentation. That's what it was.
And I mean, exactly. And even looking back now, when I went so obviously I qualified for what would be the British finals for that federation this year.
Yep.
And I went to watch the finals the other week.
Right. And
just looking at some of the posing, the routines, it's like, man, I didn't scratch the surface. Like next year, I've got a hell of a lot of work to do.
It's crazy, when you see top guys do their thing, and it's like just like any sport, right? Like there's like. Yeah. They're just on another level. And who was I watching the other day? What's his name? I can't remember now. But he just went to the WNBF, I think, Worlds, and their pre-judging was 30 minutes.
Wow.
nonstop. Like I was like, oh my god, it was crazy.
Yeah, saying that actually so for that first show. It was 4 straight rounds of posing.
Yeah.
So obviously, like you saw me doing mandatories once a day.
Yeah.
But I was doing 1 round.
Yeah, exactly.
1 round.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was pretty gassed.
Yeah.
So 4 rounds, and obviously you saw me trying to vacuum on certain poses.
Yeah.
Like 4 rounds.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
You get one or two good vacuums in, and then you're hoping that's it.
And you're done. Like literally. Because you've got to hold your breath during that. I don't think people realize that you can't breathe.
Yeah.
During a vacuum.
Yeah.
So if you're holding a front double bicep with your vacuuming, and the judges want you to hold that for like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. You're screwed.
There's no chance you can then vacuum on the lat spread.
Yeah.
That follows.
It's hard too because you blow out your air. right? It's not like you take that breath in and then you can like hang out for a bit. You get the air out, then you pull it in, and then you're just like, don't move, smile.
And I couldn't even smile. Like my face was just blank.
Yeah, you're just miserable, just holding it, just like
literally, because the feeling of vacuum, like pulling a vacuum, isn't nice either, is it?
No, yeah, it's very uncomfortable. People don't realize that. Feeling.
So I think even when you look at like Chris Bumstead, for example, he doesn't smile.
No,
and I think it's because you can't smile.
No, it's physically impossible. Maybe there's like something connected that when you pull your stomach in, it just makes you frown. I don't know.
Like because he pulls more like a pout, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks very sad.
And then you see Breon.
Yeah.
Obviously, Breon doesn't vacuum, so he's smiling his ass off, like happy as hell. But
I wonder if that can like influence, because they say like you should like for the most part smile on stage. Like I wonder if that would factor into like judging, you know?
Yeah, who knows? It shouldn't. I don't think.
Yeah. Just because you're not one pose, give me a frown, I'll take it.
Because I kind of like the composed look.
Yeah, just like
it's almost like it's effortless, isn't it? It's like,
smiling can look forced.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like with the men's physique, I can understand it.
Yeah,
like you kind of it just fits the posing and stuff.
Yeah, it's more of the beach boy.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be. It's not heading that way, really, is it now? But
some of them are huge, eh? It's ridiculous.
Well, they're bodybuilders
in shorts. They're bodybuilders in shorts.
Because if like Chris Bumstead wanted to pose like a men's physique dude, then he could.
Yeah.
And he'd probably place top 10.
Really, too. Even like Breon, right? Breon's shorter too, so that would like he could probably do men's physique and crush it.
Yeah. I mean, the only dude that really is small is Ryan Terry. You know the British dude.
Yep.
Like, he is small.
How tall is he? Do you know?
I think maybe like 5'9", 5'10".
Yep.
But like, if you saw him in person in a t-shirt, like he just looks like your average dude.
Really? Eh?
But then obviously, if you take his top off, like
you're like, whoa.
His structure is just ridiculous. But then I think that's what men's physique should be, because that is just like minimal supplementation is required for that to be achieved. I mean, and that's kind of the whole reasoning behind the class. And
do you follow Steve Cook?
Yes, he used to be.
He was like the guy. Like when I was getting into like, you know, bodybuilding and looking more into it, like bodybuilding.com was where I get all my information, and like he was the face of it, and that's I saw that and I was like that dude looks good.
Oh yeah.
Right?
He was the guy, same.
Yeah. Same even now, like I would like, as we just said, like men's physique's kind of getting like they're just bodybuilders in shorts. Like Steve Cook's got a really good look. Like I think that's kind of more men's physique to me. You know what I mean?
What is he doing? Is he still like in fitness?
Like he's with Gymshark and stuff, right? Like he's more of like he's a business, right? He's not a competitor now. He's a business himself, right? So
I think it's because I don't think I follow him anymore. That's probably why I don't see much of his content. But yeah, that's who I really, when I was more into the men's physique side of things, Steve Cook.
Yeah.
Because he's got hundreds of YouTube videos. And back in the day, I used to watch his stuff endlessly.
Yeah,
endlessly, man. But yeah, like you said, and he's pretty swole as well. Like,
he's not a small dude.
Yeah, I think he was just pretty blessed as well, like massive arms, right?
Yeah.
But then he's natural, so I think that's
he could be the factor.
He could take it so far.
Yeah.
But then obviously the class outgrew him, kind of thing.
Yeah. Now he'd be probably like small looking
dudes. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but that's how it goes, isn't it? At the end of the day, when people are beating you, what can you do to then catch up to their level, right? It's okay, I can either get leaner or I can get bigger or I can do both.
Yeah.
And what that usually means for these pros is, okay, let's take more drugs.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate thing, and that's the unfortunate thing about just the entire industry, really.
Yeah, the industry in general, right? It favors, you know what I mean? Like, I've gotten, like, especially doing these interviews and stuff, like speaking with guys like AJ Morris, like all you UK guys, man, like I'm like not the only natural in Canada, but it feels like it, right? Like when I go through, on Instagram and stuff, and like trying to find guys to chat with for something like this, like it's like I click someone's profile and it's like, okay, UK BFF champion, or well, like all you UK guys are where it's at, right? Like I'd want to move because you got like yourself and AJ and Jack Thorburn and Jack Gadd and like all you guys, like you guys are incredible. And then I'm all here with all the bigger guys, and like I'm not a big dude, right? So for me, it's like
well, you're a good amount of muscle, man. The thing is with like I probably respect more natural bodybuilders than I do enhanced bodybuilders, because the thing is with natural bodybuilders, they can't get away with as much.
Yeah.
So they have to put everything into this.
Yeah.
And like that's the way I look at things. I approach things like I am a natural bodybuilder, because that is how I'm gonna make the most progress
for sure
myself. That's how all bodybuilders should approach things. They shouldn't look at they shouldn't look at the drugs as like an insurance policy.
Yeah, like you can half-ass it because the drugs will do the rest. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I got you.
That should be the icing on top. Of everything else.
Yeah, that's the 1% after you're 99.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing is, because people are putting this shit inside their body, without even knowing the mechanisms of what it's causing inside of us.
Yeah.
And then half of them are not even training, and they're not even eating conducively to actually build enough physique anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a confusing one, because if you're going to take something, you might as well take something that you might benefit from.
Yeah, like I've never, like there's a guy at the gym that I go to, and like he had like liver failure like a year ago, and he's like 25, and like just same thing, right? Was taking a bunch of shit, took as much as he could, like you said, wasn't really on top of his diet, right? Not eating the proper shit, and then all of a sudden his like feet start swelling up, and he's like turning yellow from jaundice, and then all of a sudden he's in the hospital, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? You're 24.
And the thing is, he's probably drinking alcohol on top of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably taking recreational drugs on top of that.
Yeah, other factors, right?
And it's just the naivety this in the industry, I think, right now, and I think social media is a large like cause of that for sure.
Yep.
Because everyone wants things now.
Yep.
And that's like, don't get me wrong, I've been guilty of that in the past.
Oh yeah, everybody has, right? Especially like Instagram, right? It's all visual, right? Like I can't go on Instagram. I could go on Instagram right now, and the first picture would probably be some dude shredded.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's just what it is.
Yeah. It's like I just posted a picture now, and it's like that was me like 2 months ago, and then people think that's you now.
Yeah.
Because you're posting things, obviously.
Yeah.
If they're not really familiar with.
Yeah, they don't follow you regularly.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to automatically think, oh, what can I do to look like that, right?
Yeah. And as you said, they think that's you now. So then they assume, oh, he looks like that all the time, right? What's he doing that I'm not? And it's just, then they get discouraged, and like it's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I would say to people is that you cannot compare yourself with anyone.
Yep.
Even if you're an enhanced bodybuilder, comparing yourself with another enhanced bodybuilder, you can't compare yourself because
you're different.
It's never a level playing field.
No,
never.
Yeah,
it's and the same with it, whether it's bodybuilding or whether it's American football, whether it's basketball. Anything. It's just never like there's no point.
No.
The only things that we can control are what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And what we get out of that is just what we get out of it. We can't even control that, can we?
No, you can't. Yeah, you put all your effort in. Like at the end of the day, you don't know that's going to yield you.
Yeah.
Right. Like I could do arms every day for the next year, and like I can't guarantee my arms are going to grow. Right. That's the reality of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have no impact. Right. Or someone could take all the drugs in the world, and then someone else could take all the drugs in the world, and they're totally different physiques.
Yeah. And then that's another thing as well. One person might take all of the drugs in the world and be on death's door.
Yeah, exactly. Have liver failure.
Yeah, but then another person might take all of the drugs in the world and be healthy and be normal.
Yeah.
So
you don't know.
And that's why I think natural bodybuilders are kind of more admirable in a sense as well, because you guys get even less out of all of your efforts.
Yeah. After that 5-year mark, it seems like you're just praying for that half a pound on stage next year or whatever, right?
I know. It's crazy. I mean, it is crazy. It's just like, it's a monotonous lifestyle as it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why you guys get a lot of respect from me for sure, because you look at guys like AJ, look at guys like Jack, like you said, it's day in, day out. They're just killing shit, right?
The same thing.
I know. It's incredible. But how are things on your side though, anyway?
Good. I am, what's today? Today's Friday, the 26th. So tomorrow is, I think, the first month of prep down. We're taking, so last time I prepped, it was like 20 weeks, I think. And like I got, you're right. You think that's bad? So I got like good, nice, decently shredded, but like I want to be like disgustingly shredded this time. So we're doing 28 weeks.
28, okay.
Yeah. So
how much have you come down so far?
Tomorrow should be the 5-pound mark, right? So we're just coasting into it, right? I started around 176, and we predict around 150 is probably where I'll land. Under 154 for sure, because that's the lightweight cap over here. So I'll hit under that for sure. But as I said, I want to be like disgustingly peeled. So we're giving ourselves lots of time. Food's still high. Cardio's pretty manageable right now. Nothing major. Good. So yeah.
Sounds good. So what is this show number?
This will be 7.
7.
Yeah.
Damn. So how old are you?
24.
24.
So I did my first show in 2015, and that was like just a little like I coached myself. Just I want to step on stage, right? Didn't really like I got lean, like I got down. Like I think at the time I was like probably like mid 150s, right? Down from 170. So I got down there and I was like lean, probably not shredded, but I was lean. But it was more of a smaller show. So I did okay, but like looking back on it, like I would crush me back then. You know what I mean? Now. And then 2 weeks later, there was another organization that was coming to Toronto. And because they were from the States, they were like, okay, anybody that competed in the show that I did got free entry. So I'm like, okay, it's 2 weeks later, might as well
jump in.
Yeah, and that was so the first one I did was like fitness model, and it was actually like the shorts that they wear now in classic physique.
Yeah.
So
muscle model shorts.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next one was like bodybuilding. So that was my first actual bodybuilding show.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was November. So then in April was the first one of like, there's all the organizations, right? There's like your main one that, kind of like you said earlier, like that's your road to the IFBB.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my regional in April of 2016. Then that qualified me for provincials, which was in August.
Okay.
Of the same year, so I didn't really get time off.
Yeah.
And then I had a little bit of time off till January of 2017 and did the Canadian Nationals in May. Won that, and then that qualified me for an invite to the IFBB World Championships, which is like the amateur league. Because, there's like the amateur and the pro league with the IFBB. I don't know exactly how it works, but that was in Spain. So I got flown over to Spain for that.
Well,
got crushed because I was the only natural in my class. Like the guys were like 3 inches shorter and like twice as wide. Like it was insane. But
cool. that was bodybuilding as well, right?
Oh, they were freaks, man. Like it was like I was backstage getting pumped up and looking around, and you're like, what am I doing?
What's the point, right?
Oh, it was insane. Like there was 4 of us from Canada that they sent over, and the one guy, he was a year younger than me at the time, so he was 22, and he was 220 on stage, and that put him into the super heavies.
Oh my
the guy that won his class was that Blessing.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, or however you pronounce his last name, but he was like 260 on stage.
The thing is because that's going to be my problem. If I want to compete in the open class, because I'm a tall guy and I've got a big bone structure.
You're right.
So I'm naturally quite a heavy guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes you heavy.
Yeah. So when I actually put on a chunk of muscle, I can see myself being in that super heavyweight class, and I'm just gonna get blown out the water.
What are you on stage?
So this year I was 205 for the first show.
Okay.
And then about 201 for the second show.
What did you come down from?
218.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
you didn't lose that much weight. Holy.
Yeah, I put on a bit of muscle, I think, during the diet.
Yeah.
Just from the way I obviously structured like supplementation and things like that.
Yeah.
So it was a good recomp for sure. I don't know whether you saw the transformation picture that I put up the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna get. I think open is the way I want to go. Like, it's the direction I want to go towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows, man?
Yeah.
Because like I said, I'm not really 5'9", 5'8", 5'9" for that super heavyweight class is the ideal kind of height.
Right.
Small limbs,
Yeah.
Because they can fill out their frames a lot easier, can't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like I'm 5'7", and like next to someone taller, like I can look quite a bit bigger just because I'm more compact, right?
Yeah. And then it's like, I don't know if you heard of Jamie Johal from the UK. He just turned pro.
No.
I think he's like 6'7", right?
Jesus.
So, yeah, exactly. So I mean, on stage he has to be like 290.
That's like insane, eh? Like you can't even fathom that.
Exactly. So like I'm 6. I think like for me, to be competitive, I'd have to be like 250 on stage probably. Which obviously it's unlikely that I'm ever going to get to that stage, because those guys who build that level of muscle mass, they're genetic freaks. They're absolute genetic freaks, and they are like, they could probably get to 230 naturally. And I think someone trying to get hold of you.
Who's got a phone call? Just a second. I gotta figure this out. I lost you, and I gotta find the screen.
Oh, did it switch?
Oh, we're good now. I found you.
Good. Cool.
Yeah. You gotta be big if you're in the open, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, and then people think that, if I took more of this, I will get to that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like that. Those guys were meant to be freaks, regardless of whether or not they decided to use anabolic steroids.
Yeah. Yeah, you look at guys like like Phil and Kai and stuff, like Kai Green back in the day, like even when they were 20, like they were huge.
Ridiculous.
Right?
Ridiculous.
Like they had that, in them, and I can't remember who I was talking to a couple weeks ago, but it was like the epiphany I had when I was like 19 of like, okay, I'm not going to be 6'2" and 240 pounds. Right? Like it just all of a sudden, especially after that first show, like I remember I was talking to a local guy that was competing, and, I told him I was going to, step on stage, and he's like, what do you weigh right now? And I was like 175 at the time. And he was like, yeah, you'll probably be about 150 on stage. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You mean I'm going to be 150 like I was in grade 9?
I know, it's crazy. And I think I was like 180 or something for my first show. And then that just kind of illustrates my structure as well. Because 180, you think, oh, he's probably a big dude, right? Like 180 shredded on stage. It's like, I had no muscle.
Yeah.
I had no muscle when I did my first show. So it's like, for me to be hovering around 180 back then, it's like, wow, I need to
get bigger.
Put on some weight, man.
Yeah.
So that's the plan now. Obviously now transitioning into the off season.
So what's your game plan? Are you gonna take a good chunk of time off or what?
So I've calculated I've got 29 weeks of actual kind of time that I can spend in kind of like an anabolic environment, time that I can spend building muscle.
Yep.
So excluding like downtime, excluding cruising, things like that.
Right.
For 29 weeks across 8 months.
Okay, that's solid.
So that's started, and the crazy thing is, I'm already 6 weeks in.
Oh my
God. That's the crazy thing. Yeah, exactly. But to give some context on where I'm at already, I'm 3 pounds away now from where I started prep, and I've still got like I'm still pretty damn lean.
Yeah. Like we'll get your Instagram up on here at the end so people can see you. But yeah, like you've come out of it intelligently, right?
Yeah, like, and that's what I keep saying to people as well. Like, I don't know whether I've done things correct. Well, there is no correct way, is there?
Yeah,
really.
Correct for you.
I don't know whether I've done things in the best way. That's probably a better way of wording it.
Yeah.
But the progress is kind of like the proof in the pudding, really, that it's been a successful way.
Yep.
And that it continues to kind of be that.
For sure.
Because it just goes to show, like I keep kind of saying on my posts as well, like just how much progress you can make during this phase. I know it's different for natural athletes.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be relative to the individual.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, just wanted to maximize that kind of that phase, that rebound phase, and I'm obviously still in the depths of that. I still plan to kind of stick with this for another, 6 weeks in, another like 8 to 9 weeks of really pushing hard.
Yeah.
Training wise, and then I'll have to back off, see where health is at, see where things from that perspective
see where everything's at, for sure.
Yeah. But I'm pretty confident by then I would have hit some targets in terms of performance. So I've got some pretty specific like performance targets that I want to hit alongside obviously
some numbers.
Alongside bodybuilding.
Yep.
And that just kind of takes away the monotony of it as well, I think.
Yeah, like when I came out of the November show last year, I was like, okay, like, you know, I didn't know when I was going to compete again, if I wanted to. Like, won the nationals. That was my goal, right? I just wanted to win the lightweights for Canada. That's all I wanted. Then did the whole Spain thing, and I knew it was open. Like, I knew my odds of doing well were very, very slim, but took the experience. And then after that, I was like, okay, like, now what? So just like you said with performance, I got into powerlifting and did one meet in April or May of 2018. Yeah, it would have been this year. And it was fun. Like I enjoyed it. Like you said, it kind of breaks up the monotony of it. It beat the hell out of me, not gonna lie. Like it really, like I'm not a big dude, so like for me, like my joints, like I was lifting heavy. Like at my comp, I was like 170 or 175. I pulled 518, benched 320, and squatted like 460.
Okay.
So
good numbers.
Yeah, it was decent numbers, but like the road to it was hard. And after it, that like I ended up winning my weight class, which qualified me for the provincials, which was I think in June. So I had from like May, June to like try to bump up again, but my body just couldn't take it. Shit just started going south. It was crazy. It was like back, which compromised my deadlift, and then my knees started to get achy, which compromised my squat, and I was like, well, all I got left is bench, and then I jacked my wrist up, and I was like, I'm out.
The thing is with strength programming, it's entirely different as well, because you're trying to peak for that day, for that meet.
Yeah.
And it's like anything else you do that's not conducive to that goal is just taken away from your ability to actually reach your peak strength.
Yep. And I don't think I took everything outside of the gym as seriously. Like with bodybuilding, right? Like you're food conscious. You're like, am I sleeping enough? Am I recovering enough? Like on rest days, like right now, for example, on rest days, I'm like getting massages or I'm like napping. Like you're just so consumed with it. And that's because I care about it so much. But with powerlifting, it was like, I just need to lift heavy. And I followed a program, but then outside the gym, like, wasn't probably recovering as well, wasn't eating like I probably should have. Like, I was just eating where my maintenance was. And it was like pizza and shit like that because I didn't have to be lean.
Yeah.
Right? As long as I stayed within my, 8-pound fluctuation of my weight class, I was fine. But again, it was probably foods that were like, high sugar. So like inflammation is up and blah, blah, blah. And like I just didn't do the right things, which is probably why my body started to deteriorate under it all. But, looking to the future, like I loved it. Like powerlifting was cool. It's a different kind of high. So I think like in the future, I'll probably step on the platform again and just be smarter about it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That'd be good to follow along with as well, because I think I'm trying to incorporate it at the moment in obviously my hypertrophy training, my bodybuilding training.
Yeah, like I saw you've been deadlifting a lot and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I've always deadlifted. I think now I've gone back to more of like a powerlifting style of deadlift, because obviously you can kind of deadlift like a bodybuilder as such, like more eccentric loading but it's trying to program in more strength kind of strength movements and such. But it's always going to be other things always going to take a hit, aren't they? I think that's probably why I'm so beaten up at the moment, really.
For sure.
I think it's about time I probably back off a little bit on the volume. For a little while. But no, that sounds good, man. So 20 weeks. 24 weeks or 20?
Yeah, tomorrow will be 24 weeks out. But like it's good because like it gives me time for like refeeds and stuff like that. And what's interesting though is my girlfriend is starting tomorrow as well.
Okay.
So we're doing the same show. It'll be her first. So we're gonna see if we can survive prep together.
Yeah, that's gonna be a test. Right?
Yeah, we'll see if we survive it.
The question is who's prepping each other's meals?
Yeah, it's give and take. Right?
Oh, fair. Day here, I'll do a day. You do a day.
That's exactly it. You're done to work early. All right, you get dinner going. Get the egg whites cooking.
So you can probably enjoy the holidays to some degree, right?
Yeah, I get like a little. Yeah, what's December? That's in, 2 more months. So that's still like 14 weeks of prep to come, right? Like it's.
So I hadn't even started by then.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm not worried. We got lots of time, and I have a coach that I've worked with for almost 2 or 3 years now. So like we know my body in and out, and it's that second set of eyes, right? For me, like it's handy. It just gives me just that little bit more reassurance, like okay, we're on track, right?
Yeah.
So
that definitely helps. I think you always need at least one person who can be objective.
Yep.
Because you know how it is as well. When you're preparing for a show, everyone on social media just blows smoke up your ass.
Oh yeah. Oh, you look great.
I mean, I never reached kind of that top level conditioning.
Yeah.
I didn't reach that.
Yeah.
But then people want to tell you you're shredded, you're ready.
Yeah.
At like 2 weeks out, and it's like,
no,
believe me, I'm not.
I'm not. Do you follow Ben Howard?
So Ben Howard. Oh.
Do you follow him?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
He's
think
insane.
Him, but I know of him.
Yeah. He I think he just won the lightweights. Like he won the overall at, I think it was WNBF, but like he's like 5 weeks out. He was like back
dug out,
lines, glute, like that's goals. That's he's like 160.
That's the thing. I think, and naturals as well, they have the propensity to get even leaner than enhanced dudes, because it's just a different look. Because you're not messing with hormones, so things look different.
Yeah. And
the end look is it's ridiculous. And I can't physically imagine what it must feel like to be that lean.
Yeah. Neither can I. And that's what. That's the goal this go around, right? Like as I said, and like you just mentioned, like you got shredded, but like you didn't get like that.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Paper thin, like that's insane.
That's what another thing I keep saying to people. It's like I have a newfound respect for people who get that lean.
Yeah,
because I know how shit I felt.
Yeah, at your level.
So
yeah,
I know how shit they must be.
Yeah, they're just zombies.
Like, they probably feel how I felt at 1 week out. They probably started feeling that at like 8 weeks out. And it's like,
can you imagine feeling like that? 2 more months feeling like absolute shit.
I couldn't. Towards the end, I could barely function really. I wasn't prepared for that at all because I hadn't been that lean before.
Yeah.
And I think it was a combination of obviously some of the things that I was taking, because I haven't taken some of those certain like things before.
Yep. Maybe
that had an impact. Maybe it was the body fat levels. I don't know. But man, it was not a good feeling. It was not a good feeling.
No, like I remember last year, like coming home after like a long day at work and just like I couldn't talk. Like my girlfriend would be like asking me questions and like I didn't have the energy to respond. Cause like I just like it was hard. Like I just, and like you said, like that's like their level of leanness was even more than that. Like, and you're right. I can't imagine how that would feel.
I remember I remember, it wasn't even that long ago, but I was going on walks to get my steps up.
Yeah.
And I remember calling my mum, like, Mum, I feel like I'm
gonna you're gonna have to pick me up.
I used to call people just to take my mind off like the walks, the cardio, whatever it was. I used to speak to my mum. I used to be like, Mum, I feel like dead.
Your number comes up and she's like, oh, he's walking again.
Yeah, like if there's a feeling right now that if you had to describe what it felt like to die, like that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Literally. And it's like, I know, like I don't know whether I was being a pussy or not.
No, it's a different kind of tired. It really is. Yeah. Like I've been tired, right? Like you've been like, long day at work, you don't sleep well that night, and like you're tired and all you want to do is sleep. But like then there's like prep tired where you're just like, I can't even like I need to pick up my phone and it's like, I can wait.
Yeah. I think it's like being empty as well.
You're nothing.
It's like you're kind of like emotionally empty as well.
Zombie.
Which it isn't healthy. It isn't healthy at all.
Yeah.
And it's not great for just everyday life, really.
No, it's.
I mean, competing is a questionable thing, but man, it's all fun and games.
Yeah,
it's all fun and games.
You know, they say the better you look, the worse you feel.
I couldn't agree more with that now. I couldn't agree more with that now. And I mean, I do see some people. I saw some guy's story who I follow on Instagram, and he's peeled.
Yeah.
I've seen him. He competed at the finals. He is peeled.
Right.
And he is as happy and as cheerful as ever. And he's a day out from another show, which is 2 weeks after the show that he just competed in.
The one that
he's happy as ever.
That's honestly crazy.
I don't know how, but I think it might have something to do with like you said, like the length of the diet, how aggressive you've been.
Yeah. I
think that probably has something to do with it because I had to dig so hard during those last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just getting everything done.
Yeah. I may have pushed too hard.
Yeah.
So to the point where like my body was just like, nah, that's enough.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let's stop.
Quit walking.
Yeah, just quit doing everything because we just want to sit down and sleep.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. That's cool.
But,
all right, man. Let's wrap this up with your top few pieces of advice for the people that are, either debating on competing, maybe they're in the depths of it right now, right? You just came out of that show, so your mind is all fresh with how it feels. Just share some insightful tips for people to take away from this.
Yeah. I think there's been a good few takeaways from this conversation. Actually. It's been cool, but to kind of probably to kind of wrap it up into a few key takeaways. I think if we're relating it to prep, then it's got to be more than likely just you have to kind of accept the fact that it's going to consume you to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And I think you just have to embrace that while you can.
Yeah.
And then not let kind of the external things like the obvious food.
Yeah.
Not let those things get in your brain too much.
Yep.
During those deep stages, like 2-3 weeks out.
It's stressful, right? It really is
stressful, and then that can deter your kind of your focus towards the short-term goal.
Yep.
So something that I was guilty of. I was thinking about off-season when I was like 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
And I think the more you can ignore that outside stuff,
for sure,
and focus on that short-term goal, I think you're going to be in the best position.
Yeah, that's key.
And then another thing is control the rebound. That's got to be the biggest thing, man. Control the rebound.
Quick little side note with that. I don't talk about this much because I'm not proud of it. After my last show, I gained 26 pounds in 4 days.
Man, first show I was pretty damn close to that, if not more. But
and for you guys listening, it does not feel good. You may think it does. You're like, oh, everybody's like, oh, you got to get back to normal. There's normal, and then there's feel. Like, I compare it to, the girl that ate the blueberry off of Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory? That's what I was like, and it's not fun. So just wanted to put that out there.
The thing is, food isn't nice at that point, is it?
No, you're eating because you haven't ate in 6 months.
I know.
That's it.
You're eating with your brain and not like your mouth.
No.
So it's crazy. But if it's your first time competing, whether it's your first, whether it's your third, that's got to be my biggest advice ever, because you can make or break like the next 6 months of progress within a few days.
Exactly.
So those going to be the two biggest things, man, for sure.
Awesome. That was good. Good way to finish.
Yeah.
Plug your Instagram, man. Where can all the people find you?
Yeah. So Instagram is the main spot. So Cameron_Thomas5.
Yep.
I'm sure my man Leroy is gonna put the link
it'll be up on the screen somewhere.
Yeah, man. But no, that was an awesome chat, bro. I'm happy
I'm glad we were able to do this again.
Yeah,
this is
good.
For
sure.
All right, buddy. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day. This was great, and we'll talk soon. We'll do this again sometime soon.
Sure. No, you too. Have a great one, bro.
Yeah. See you, man.